All right, are you ready?
Yeah, I believe so.
Let's give this a go.
Okay.
Hidden message. Actually, let me adjust the volume before we roll with that. No, it's as low as it can go. So fine. I'm gonna live with that.
Okay.
Alright. Remember, if you are confused about something, anything, let me help you. You can read out what you see in front of you. I may direct you. If you absolutely do not need help but need me to wait, you can tell me hold on and I'll be holding on. But please don't keep me in the dark. I'm sitting here by myself with a bomb. I'm relying on you.
Okay.
Yeah, so say things. Well, obviously be as brief as humanly possible, but it's better for you to be verbose than to be silent. Keep talking. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. All right.
Okay.
Okay, I'm picking up the bomb. I see a button. I don't know what color it is yet because I think it's red. It says abort.
Okay. Abort, yellow, okay. Is there more than one battery?
Yes.
Is there a lit indicator button or label that
No.
says FRK? Okay. Hold and tell me the color.
Blue.
It is 4 in any position.
Done. Okay. Now, frequency. Hold on. Long. 3 short. Short. 3. Long. 1. Dot, dash, dot. Okay, I can't remember what I've said because I couldn't write it down.
Okay. Let's see if maybe I have some of that or not. Long 3. Let's see. This. I don't know. Can you try to give it to me again?
Sure. Short. Okay, start 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Then at long. Then short, short, long, short. Then oh goodness, I can't. Hold on.
Okay.
Long and 3 shorts. 1 short, and then nothing.
Okay. Well, let's
3
try.
dots, then a dash. Then dot dash dot. I believe.
Were you starting over again, or was that?
Yes, I was starting over.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. All right. So S T.
And 3 dashes after that, I believe. And
3
then
dashes.
dash dot dot dot. Yeah, I think that's the entire order. So that's pretty long.
Yeah, that seems relatively long.
Okay. Dash dash dash. Then dash. Dot dot dot. Then a single dot. Then I think that's the end, and then that's the 3, and the entire sequence begins again. Yeah, so.
Okay. Gosh, sorry, I'm trying to follow. Okay. Maybe. Okay, let's try 3.545.
Done. Okay, monitor. 1.
Okay, second position.
4. Monitor. 3.
Button in the first position. 4.
1. Monitor fall.
4. The letter 4, or I mean number 4.
Third
Right.
position, monitor says 1.
Stage 1. So second.
3, monitor says 1.
Same label. 4. Number 4.
Done!
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I tried to write down the dots and the dashes. I think you'll have to do that because I just can't look at them and write them down at the same time.
Yeah. I was trying to keep up with you, and then I was unsure if you were like repeating it or if we were still going. So it just got really confused. But at that
I
point,
will
it
repeat
was long.
that.
Yeah, it just got long, and then it had an S and a T and a B, and I was like, strobe. That's literally the only option I have right now, so that's what we're going with.
Yes, you have to make this. I can make mistakes and you have to live with that. When it's the end of the word, I can tell you end, because then I'll see a long pause. I should tell you how when the letter ends, but I'm not sure how. I can say dot and dash depending if it falls short and long, but what should I say if it ends? Because I have to have time to determine whether it's a dot or a dash. When it's flashing, I can't know whether it's gonna be short or long. I have to wait until it finishes. And then I might possibly infringe on the next letter, so I need to know how to. Okay, end. There we go. So it's gonna be dot 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 end dash end.
Okay, yeah, that'll work. Then I'll know
Fuck,
that
but
you're
I
just
can't
meaning
say
the-
end E-N-D when it's the end of the word then, because you'll get confused with A-N-D, and. Unless I pronounce them properly and say and versus end.
Honestly, I mean, a slightly longer word, I guess. So instead, you could just do whatever the dot dash
Over,
dot say stop.
over.
Over,
Oh,
yeah,
stop.
stop,
Over or
over,
stop, yes.
whatever. Yeah, something like that, so that I know that it's the next letter.
Yes, excellent. Okay, so that's it. That's end. If I want to add another one, another letter, so that's to terminate, and stop when we wrap it up. Okay.
When we finish the word. Okay.
Yes. Okay, let's do this again. Hidden message. Let's actually start with this stupid module if it's which presumably it is.
We're gonna start with what? Hidden message?
With the frequency if it's the. Oh, it's not. Okay.
Oh.
Simon says blue.
Oh shit. Sorry. Okay. Do we have a vowel or no vowel?
Yes, vowel.
Yes, vowel. So red.
Okay. Blue is red. Okay. Red.
Blue.
Green.
Yellow.
Okay, hold on. And then wrapping up with red, I think.
Blue.
No! Damn it. Okay, one strike.
Okay.
Okay, it's now blue, red, green, green, red.
It is gonna be green, yellow, blue, yellow.
Blue, blue, yellow, you mean?
Oh, okay, blue, blue, yellow.
Thank you. I almost blew us up. Okay, hold blue. Button. Hold blue.
Oh, okay, button. Okay, alert. That's not it. It is not. Is there more than one? No, doesn't matter. Is there more than 2 batteries?
No.
Okay. You said, what does the button say?
Hold.
Blue and what?
Hold.
Okay, so hold and tell me what the color is.
Red.
1 in any position.
That's gonna take a while. The next one was... Oh, I can't remember what it was. Alright, done. Password. Should have known.
Of course. Okay.
Ready to write down?
Yeah, I'm ready.
BKQYFA. BKQYFA on the first one.
Oh, that's down? You're not giving me the whole thing?
I'm giving you the first letter. B-K-Q-Y-F-A. That's the possibility for the first letter.
Okay. I did not write that out appropriately. Okay. Give me the second one, because I'm going to need the second one.
L-O-G-M-J-K. Log M-J-K.
Okay. C-F-A. I'm looking.
How about blink?
Blink.
Is that an option?
It is not an option.
Shit.
No, but blink isn't either. Give me the third line.
U-D-I-L-B-M. U-D-I-L-B-M.
Okay, so try found.
Found. Done. Yeah, we need to do better than that. Okay, it's either frequency or password then. Presumably. And then there's buttons, wires, basic things. Okay, we've managed. That was pathetic. Let's do it again. Hidden message. Go, 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 go. I'm completely ignoring the distractions. I don't care about distractions. Okay, I'm trying it once again. Get ready. I am looking at a password again. Let's start with the password.
Password. Okay, password.
Then Simon says then button. Password. VGLNXS. VGLNXS on the first one.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. And all right, so give me the next one.
OTXDNG.
No, that's not gonna work. Give me the third line.
BGCFUX. BGCFUX.
Well, motherfucker. Okay, so give me the next line.
TSZNJW. That's fall. That's the fall font. TSZ.
Oh, of course. That wouldn't be. Why? Why would there be? Okay. Try sound.
Done. Okay, blue button detonate.
Sorry, I'm trying to get to it faster. It's just not working. Okay, detonate. More than one battery?
No.
Motherfucker, of course not. Detonate button, no. Hold and tell me the color.
Red.
One in any position.
Shit, I almost missed it. Okay, Simon says... actually, no. Simon says yes. And red. It's blinking red. No strikes.
Okay. Blue.
Red and then blue.
So, blue, red.
Fuck. First strike.
You said yes vowels or no vowels?
Red, blue. I didn't answer your question. You didn't ask me about vowels.
I thought that's what you were answering. Do you have vowels or no?
No, no, never mind. We have a strike, okay? Red, blue.
It still matters.
Red, blue, one strike.
Is there a vowel in the serial number?
No.
Okay, so then you said red, blue, so red, blue.
Okay, red, blue, and then... green.
Yellow.
Okay, red, blue, green, and then... green again. Okay, so... damn it! Sorry, 2 strikes. Red, blue, green, green.
Yellow, green, blue, blue.
Red, blue, green, green, blue.
Yellow, green, blue, blue, green.
Done. Sorry, the alarm clock really messed me up. We can do better than that. I can't remember you asking me about vowels.
Yeah, and the serial number.
I probably said okay, just idly, and I should never do that.
Yeah, I know. And then some of them, like, trying to quickly search through things. Unfortunately, there's that.
Wait, hold on. I didn't say yes or no.
Ones.
If I said okay, that's not yes or no. So even if you interpret it okay as yes, that's still improper because I never say okay as yes. So I have no idea what happened.
Okay. I'm unsure.
Yeah, I would have to check. I don't remember you even asking me that question. I just remember telling you that we have this and blue, and you then told me what to press.
Well, that's because I probably forgot the first time around to say it, and then I was like, hold on a second, is there a vowel in the serial number?
Oh, and you asked like, on the second thing, yeah. So if you haven't asked me on the first one, okay, well that explains a lot. Fair enough, because I figured if you're gonna ask me, you're gonna ask me before I press anything. All right. Presumably it's gonna be Simon Says. What's the first thing I need to check with Simon Says?
If there is a vowel in the serial number.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll check that. And you have to check for the batteries and the lit indicators for the buttons. I'll try to keep that in mind as well.
Yes.
I kind of had to wait a bit because it was so dark I couldn't see the batteries, but let's try again. Ready?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
The screen is meant for my eyes only. I know. Bomb, what can I see? There's a button, then Simon Says, and then there's the frequency. Frequency first.
Frequency first, of course she was. All the way down here. Okay, let's start with this frequency. I hate this puzzle. Okay.
Long, then nothing, then the long... Oh god, I can't. Hold on.
Okay, it's alright.
Start.
Okay.
Four dots and a dash, I believe. Then a dot. I can't. Hold on. Oh god.
Don't forget to put in and or something so I know you're done with a letter.
Yeah, let's start again.
Okay.
Short, 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 long, short. Short, long, short, short. Short. And... Damn it, I can't. They're so similar. I'm so sorry.
It's a rough one. This is a rough puzzle.
Dot, 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 dash. Then dot. Then dash, dot, dot. Possibly another dot. Then another dot. And then a dash, dash, dash. Then dot, dash, dot. And that's it. Okay. Dot, 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 dash.
Okay.
Then a dot. Then dash, dot, dash, dot, and then dot, then dash.
All right, let me see what I can make of this. Let's see, three.
First one is dot, 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 dash, then a dot.
Okay, so dot, 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 dash is vector. VECTOR.
Okay.
Oh, you don't even need to know that. I'm sorry. 3.595.
Thank you. Done. Okay. Button. Red. Press.
Red press. Okay. Is there more than 2 batteries?
Yes.
Indicator FRK?
No.
Okay. What does the button say again?
Press.
Press. Hold and tell me the color.
White.
1 in any position.
Get ready for Simon Says. It's currently blinking. Red.
Vowel or no vowel?
Vowel.
Okay, you said red. We don't have any strikes, right?
Yes.
Blue.
Okay. Red and then green.
Red, blue, yellow.
Okay. Red, green, and then red. Blue, yellow, blue.
Yes.
Done. That was a very brief Simon Says.
Yeah. Oh, it's over already? Holy shit.
I can't believe we managed. The stupid frequency thing really threw me off, but you just need the first couple of letters. It's perfectly fine. Okay, so if I get any of them correctly, you should be able to figure stuff out. You just write them down and decode them.
In certain sense, I can, yeah. I'm trying to write them down. The vector is literally the only one that starts with a V.
And a V is what?
It is dash.
Okay. We were a couple of seconds off because I couldn't properly tell you the thing, but we can do this. Are you ready?
Yeah, hang on, let me get back to the top.
Sometimes
that's searching.
We will start either with the frequency or with the password, I presume, okay?
Okay, probably start with frequency first. I feel like it's the one that takes us the longest.
Well, I don't get to choose. It's either gonna be the frequency or the password. It's one or the other, but not both.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think so.
I won't be able to input anything. I'm just gonna look at a bomb in darkness, desperately trying to figure out what modules are there. Okay, I'm picking it up. It's password. Password.
Oh, of course it's password.
DZACTN. DZACTN.
Yeah, oh, okay. Okay, nothing I start with a D. Okay, give me the second one.
PQGCJM. 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 PQGCJM.
I got it. Oh yeah, that's not gonna work. Not with what's there. Okay, and of course that's not gonna work either. See, no. Wow. Can I get something here, people? I don't know. Give me the third line.
AIF LXY. AIF LXY.
Fuck. Every time I have something, there's literally nothing else to match it. I don't know if I'm just looking at this wrong or what's happening. It has to be one of these 8 words. It has to be. There's just no way. Tell me what the first line was again. I don't know if I have a letter wrong.
ACTNDZ. ACTNDZ.
That was the first row?
Yes.
Well, that would make sense. Okay. Sorry, I'm going through all the possibilities. There's something that starts with Z at least. Give me the second line again.
CJMPQG.
CJM.
PQG.
What the actual fuck is happening?
Again?
Ooh.
Again?
Yeah, just do it again.
Yes, okay, I got it. Wires, 6 of them.
Okay. Is there yellow wires?
No.
Last digit of the serial number odd?
Yeah, even.
Fuck. Any red wires?
3.
Cut the fourth wire.
Done! Okay, monitor fall.
Monitor 4, Jesus. Okay. Fourth position.
2. Monitor. 1.
labeled 4.
Second monitor 3.
Third position.
One monitor says 2.
First position.
2 monitor says fall.
Uh, 1.
Done.
Okay.
I tried to brute force the goddamn password before you gave me the thing. I just looked for any possible word in the English language that would be 5 letters long and I could form using the letters I had at my disposal. And I figured again is the only one I can come up with.
Listen, I was not against that either, because I was just like, I heard you wrong a couple of times, because I don't know what the fuck I have written down here. That's why I was like, just say it to me, because, I had some, it was mixed up.
I
Sure.
don't know. I think I enunciate them relatively clearly, the little letters. I think that also the hamming distance between letters in the English language is far enough apart that you should be able to hear me. So I don't know what I've messed up over there. Okay.
It may have not been anything. I just may have heard you wrong. That's literally all that. I think there was some confusion on my end that I just didn't hear you right.
Yeah. So you need to have these ultimately. You might want to prepare little columns for these letters, and then yeah, you just need to narrow down the list. You need to look at all the words that begin with the letters in.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. That's what I usually try to do.
Yeah, but
That's
you don't
how I
tell
try to
me the
approach it.
words. If you tell me the words, I can check if the second letter can match, and I can tell you, nope.
Yeah, I guess that would make it faster.
Yeah, if you just literally read out every single word that starts with every single letter that we get, yeah, that's probably gonna be it. And if there's no word starting with that
Okay.
letter, we go with the next one.
Okay.
There's only
we can
6
try it that way.
letters, so, and some of them make no sense. So if you have, I don't know, no X's, whatever. Are you ready for another go?
Yeah, sure. Hang on. Let me get back
Let's-
to the top. here.
Let's go. You can say yes and then say let's go.
I said yes, and let me get back to the top first.
Gotcha. Well, if you say yes, that means you're ready. Frequency. ... and a long, and long, short, long, and short, and short, and that's the end. Long, short, and long, and long, short, and
Yes.
short, and whatever, and the final one.
Okay, something went wrong there. Let's see, long. ... I'm going through the letters.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give it to me again, because there's too many dots here. 1, 2, 3, long. Yeah, there's no X, so I know that's not correct.
Long, short, and long, and long, short. Actually, the final one might be long in that one, and something else. Has that helped with anything?
Oh, hang on a second. Let me see if it's giving me a little more that I can work with. 1, 2, 3. Something in here that starts with a Z. So. Long, short. Then, okay, let's try 3.545.
Wrong.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Start.
Okay.
Long, short, and long, and long, short, short, short. Sorry, long, and short, and then short, 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 I believe. Long,
Alright, try
short,
this
short,
again.
short, and long, 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 and long, short, short, long, and
Okay.
short.
That might make a little more sense now.
Yeah, that final one,
1, 2,
when one of
3.
these was a long. So that's it.
Okay, so B. 1, 2, 3, O. Yeah. Nope, I need one more. Long, short, short. Oh, Jesus, this letter is so long. Try. I just saw it. 3.535.
Done. It's pretty much always 3.5. Okay, 6 wires.
All right. Any yellow wires?
1.
Is there more than one white wire?
No, 1.
Red wires?
2.
Cut the 4th wire.
Okay, words on the screen. YOU.
Middle right column, right side.
You are, as in ur.
Okay, so you.
Nope. That's 2 strikes. Okay, the word is no.
No. So bottom right.
Letter U.
Letter U.
Yes.
Okay. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Next.
Sorry. I blew up.
Okay. God, I really hate that Morse code one. It's not my favorite.
You have to allow for a dot to be a dash and vice versa. You have to be more flexible than that. You should have almost inevitably looked for something that had 3 dashes on the second letter. I made that very clear.
Well, it was an O, so it kind of could have been a lot of them.
Okay. Well, there's also the first letter that I think I also got right.
No, you didn't, because the first time you gave me like dash, dash, dot, 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 there was like too many dots going on. It was 4 dots. Sorry, it was dash, dot, 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 and there was just too many dots.
Yeah, I think I might have said dash, dot, 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 and then I said no, dash. So presumably that would have been dash, dot, dot, dash, or something, right?
That was the 3rd letter in, which was the X.
Okay.
Yeah. Because as easy as it, when I do because it was a B, but the problem was there was other B's in the thing, so I needed the second one, and I had ones that also had a B-O, so that's why I needed the 3rd letter. I'm looking at 36 words.
Gotcha. That's not that many words.
I love that you think that that's not that many words when you're trying to figure out.
I know. Still, yeah. If I say no.
Sorry, this one's 16. Sorry. The other one is 36, the password.
If I say no, and then I say either dot or dash, that means that the last symbol I said was wrong, and you need to replace it with what I say next. Is that clear?
I will try to remember that.
Yeah, because I presumably have done that naturally, and I don't have the time to explain that on the goddamn spot. I just hoped you'd understand it. If I say dash, dot, 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 no dash, that means it's actually dash, dot, dot, dash.
I did catch it the 3rd time that you gave it to me, and you said something about, like, we thought it was a dot, but it ended up being a dash.
Well, I should, yeah, once again, we can't have that because I don't have the time to say that. And I can't write it down because if I try to write it down, I'm looking down and I can't see the flashes. I need to have something I could operate with my fingers, and that's just not gonna happen.
I mean, I get that. I'm trying to listen to what you're saying and trying to write it down in a way I can interpret, because I can't listen to what you're saying to me and try to search this grid or chart, whatever.
Yeah, you have to write it down first,
Yes.
and then you have to figure it out letter by letter, and then ask for clarifications. So that's the way we have to do it.
Yeah, and it's fine if the second letter doesn't exist in any of the other ones, but some of them, more than one letter exists, so then I have to keep going down the line.
Are you ready for another go? Because I am.
Hold on.
We're gonna start with either the frequency. Oh, by the way, don't tell me 3.5, whatever. There's a number of possibilities. The first one is 3.505, and the last one is 3.600. So I only need the last two digits. There are no other possibilities.
Last two digits. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you said probably frequency or password, I'm sure is what we're gonna get.
Yep, frequency or
Love that
password.
for us. Okay, at least in close vicinity, so let's go ahead.
All right. It's gonna be frequency.
God damn it!
Dot and dash and dot dash dot and dash 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 and dash dot and dot and that's it.
Okay. This. T, and then of course there's multiples. Dot. C, R. What? Jesus Christ. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5.
Done. Okay. Simon says no strikes, and the serial number. It's
Vowel or no vowel?
no vowels.
Okay.
It's flashing green.
Green.
Okay, it's gonna be green and then green blue,
Yellow.
green yellow. Okay, so it's green, blue, red.
Green, yellow, blue.
Okay. Green, blue, red, yellow.
Green, yellow, blue, red.
Done. Button blue says hold.
Button hold. Didn't need. Is not. Is there more than 2 batteries?
Yes.
FRK lit label.
No.
Indicator. No. Okay. Press and tell me the number. Or I mean the color.
Blue. Sorry, no. Yellow.
5 in any position.
Done. It was 2 minutes and 58 seconds left, so we're done.
Okay.
That was exquisite. Listen, when you told me yellow on that Simon Says, had I listened to you, I would have fucked up.
Yeah?
Yeah, you told me yellow. But what you actually meant wasn't press yellow. It was the second thing you should press is yellow. Which makes sense, but I could have pressed yellow, and I would have gotten a strike. Because I told you first color, second color, and then you said yellow. Had I instinctively pressed yellow as you had told me, we would have gotten a strike.
Well, bravo for you for realizing that, because I don't even remember what the hell happened.
Listen, I mean, it was... We had one thing blink, and then I tell you, I believe blue, and you tell me, okay, blue. And then I say, blue, green, and you say yellow. Had I pressed yellow at that point,
Okay,
we would have gotten a
I
strike.
understand now, because I thought you were telling me that it was blue and green. I thought you were telling me both the flashes.
What I was telling you both the flashes, and you just told me one color. The wrong one to start with, the second one. You didn't tell me the first one. Which is fine. If you tell me one at a time, that's okay. If you tell me all of them, that's okay. But if I tell you all of them, you tell me all of them. Otherwise, we're gonna blow up.
Okay, well, before you told me that you were only going to ask me for the ones that you didn't
I did
know
tell
after
you
I
that,
told them
and
for you.
I did tell you that, and I figured that you rolled with that interpretation. And that's why things went the way they did. But yeah, I mean, I started giving you all the colors because I couldn't keep track of the thing. I gave up on that, and I figured you're gonna have to interpret this.
Okay.
However, we got into the top 7% of people, and we have almost 55 seconds of time left on Pavel and Alice.
Which I know pleases you to no end.
It certainly does.
I know it does. Oh, you have like this strange competition against the two of them.
Indeed. Well, tell you what, let's leave things off over here on a brilliant note of marvelous advantage, and we will return at some other point in time. We're progressing to section 3, moderate. Dot 2, something's different. Do these wires look different to you? Does this bomb look exploded to you? Bomb configuration, 5 minutes, 3 modules, 3 strikes. And Natalie has no records here whatsoever. She has not succeeded.
Maybe she just didn't make it that far.
Quite possibly, yes. I can imagine her rage quitting before reaching this point. So doing better means just beating this at all. Yep, the last thing she managed to do was the previous one with 1.75 seconds, and then I think she gave up. But we still have Alice and Pavel to beat.
Yeah, they surely are. Keeping at it.
Of course they are, as they should. Although
introduce new things, which is gonna be fun.
They have also only gotten so far. Interestingly enough, so soon enough we'll just be playing with there's no good way of ending the sentence. Anyway, are you ready for something?
Playing with ourselves.
Playing with ourselves, playing with yes. We will. And yes, and they will not be there to keep us company, I guess, and for us to have a point of comparison. That's true. But are you prepared? We are gonna have 5 minutes for this one, 3 modules, and they're gonna be different.
Yes. Oh, I don't want them to be different.
They're gonna be different. Wires, probably. So let's start with wires, okay?
Okay.
You have to be ready. You have to be on your toes. It's gonna be rough. Let's do this. Okay.
Let's go.
Starting it up. This screen is for my eyes only. Damn right it is. Okay. It's so dark. I see wires.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. Those 6 of them, yes.
Okay, yellow wires.
3.
Let's see, red wires.
1.
Cut the 4th wire.
Okay. Now, monitor. Fall.
Let's see, 4th position.
1 monitor says 2.
4th position.
4 monitor says fall.
Labeled 4.
3rd position monitor says fall.
4.
3rd, no, that's wrong. We start from scratch, fall.
Right. 4th position.
1 monitor says 1.
4. Labeled 4.
1st monitor says 2.
First.
1 monitor says fall.
First position.
2 monitor says 2.
4.
Okay, done. We have wires going from 1 to 3 to ABC. I have a wire, blue, going from 2 to C. I can scroll up and down.
Okay. It says within this module there are several panels with wires on them, but only one panel is visible at a time. Switch to the next panel by using the down button and the previous panel by using the up button.
Yes.
Do not switch to the next panel until you are sure that you have cut all necessary wires on the current panel.
Okay.
Cut the wires as directed by the following table. Wire occurrences are cumulative over all panels within the module.
Okay.
Okay. Wire occurrence. Okay, tell me your wires again.
2C.
2C.
A blue one.
And this is blue. Okay. First, second. Blue, it says cut if connected to A or C.
So cut. Right?
That's what I'm reading it as, yes.
Wrong.
No. Jeez.
Okay. Moving on to the next panel. I have a blue one from 5 to A and a black one from 6 to C. Blue 5A, blue 5A, black 6C.
Okay. Blue. So we're not gonna cut the blue wire. So okay, cut the black wire.
Okay. Ah, that blows me up.
No. Oh, okay.
We had two
Alright.
strikes. Did that matter?
It doesn't seem to. It just says my tables are red wire occurrence, blue wire occurrence, black wire occurrence. And then it just tells me the wire occurrence and cut if it's connected to, and then it gives me letters.
Currents?
So the way occurrence says wire occurrence.
Oh,
so like
occurrence,
first
okay.
Blue, yeah, first blue. First red occurrence, etc., all the way down to 9.
Okay.
But I'm unsure if I was assuming that means the number. So you said like 5A, so that's what I was taking it as.
Or, you know, the first time you see a wire of a given
Yeah.
color in the panel. So the first one we
That's-
saw as blue, we could have treated as the first blue wire.
Which would be cut if it was blue. If not, you don't cut. And then you can move to the next panel.
You'll have to read that out to me, because I can't understand partial instructions.
Okay, so if we would have treated it, what did you say the first wire was? I know you said something about 2C.
A blue from 2 to C.
Yeah, so if it was the first occurrence for the blue wire,
Stephanie,
It says-
you're not doing what I've asked you to. The bomb has already exploded. I wanted you to read out to me exactly what the instructions tell you.
okay. It says within this module there are several panels with wires on them, but only one panel is visible at a time. Switch to the next panel by using the down button and the previous panel by using the up button. Do not switch to the next panel until you are sure that you have cut all necessary wires on the current panel. Cut the wires as directed by the following table. Wire occurrences are cumulative over all panels within the module. That's it. And then
So,
it goes into the tables.
so wire occurrences seem to me like the time you see a given wire across the panels of a module. So, if you see a blue wire for the first time, that's the first occurrence of the blue wire. It doesn't matter whether it's 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. What matters is that it's the first occurrence of a blue wire, and then you go into further instructions. So, if it was connected the way I've said originally, I believe it was 2 to C, and it was a blue, the first occurrence, what should we have done?
It says to cut if it's connected to B.
It wasn't, it was connected to C.
So then, do we just move on to the next panel?
Yes,
Without cutting it?
of course. Why did you tell me to cut it if it explicitly says that you cut it if it's connected to B?
Because I wasn't in the first occurrence. That's why.
Okay.
That's not where I was.
All right, let's
was reading
start
the
with
table
this
wrong.
puzzle if it appears again, okay?
Okay.
If not, I'll direct you to general wires, the regular wires.
Okay.
All right, retrying. We should be able to easily get through this. Let's see if I can see the stupid panel again. No, oh, with different wires. Okay, wires going from top to bottom with the lights and some symbols, some stars. So I have wires. I have 2 glowing lights and I have 2 stars. I don't know which of these things are important. There are wires with multiple colors, blue and red. I can describe to you everything that happens here. Can you write it down?
Sure.
2nd and 6th from the top have glowing lights. Everything else is dark. 2nd and 4th at the bottom have stars. The 2nd star is a black star. The 4th star is a white star. Okay?
So 2nd is black?
Yes, and the 4th one is white. At the bottom, the stars.
Okay.
The top is 2 and 6 glowing lights, white lights. And then you have wires. 2nd, 2 top, 2 bottom. It's a wire that's blue and red. 3 top, 3 bottom, blue and red again. Tell me when you get it.
Okay. Sorry, say the colors of your wires again for me.
Blue red from 2 at the top to 2 at the bottom.
Okay.
Blue red from 3 to 3.
Three to 3, okay.
White from 4 to 4.
Okay.
Blue 5 5 and then blue 6 6.
Okay.
What do I do with this?
It says look at each wire. There's an LED above the wire and a space for a star symbol below the wire.
Yeah.
For each wire LED symbol combination, use the Venn diagram below to decide whether or not to cut the wire. Each wire may be striped with, or striped, sorry, with multiple colors.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Wire has red coloring, wire has blue coloring, has a star symbol, and LED is on.
Feel free to ask me. I've described everything to you, but I can tell you again.
You have, I'm just trying to figure out the table. Letters, instructions, I have C, D, S, P, B. And then it gives me instructions on whether to cut the wire or not cut the wire. And apparently a Venn diagram.
Okay.
If the wire has red coloring, it is this little dash, dash, whatever. Okay. Let's see, the letter. Okay, so does the bomb have 2 or more batteries?
1.
Okay, so we leave that red wire alone.
That's a red blue.
It's a red blue. Okay. Yeah, they're like separate. So here, wire blue is solid. Sorry, there's not really a whole lot for me to say to you at the moment.
You could ask me about every single wire in order, and I can tell you. First one is red blue with a light and with a star. Do I cut it or not?
Red, blue, star.
Red, blue, light, and star, because it's got the LED
Light
too.
and star. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this one basically has everything.
Yes. I don't know if position matters.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
Well, you've got the manual and I don't.
I know I have the manual and you don't.
And you're not reading stuff out to me, so I can't figure it out on my own either.
Well, that's because it's telling me the wire was red coloring, is telling me what symbol to look for on this Venn diagram.
Yes.
It tells me if the wire has a blue coloring, it also gives me a different, this one is a solid line. It
Yes.
has a star, it's a dotted line, and the LED is like short dashes.
Well, check all of these.
Okay. the red coloring. I'm trying to check them all. So I'm trying to see where they intersect because one will say not to cut. One says to cut.
Never
if there's
mind.
More than
I
two
should
or more
have probably
batteries.
cut it just to see whether I was supposed to cut it to learn something. I'm dead.
Okay. All right. No, I'm not sure when I'm staring at this stupid chart.
Don't tell me I have to read it myself and then explain it to you.
Well, it's not like I have a whole lot of time to stare at it.
Well, you have all the time in the world to stare at it right now.
I'm talking, well, right now. I'm talking
Okay.
about when the bomb is going.
Okay, hold on. Are you telling me that you'll not be able to decode it quickly?
I don't think so. I'm still
Well,
looking at it, but...
I presume people can, so...
Well, thank you.
I think I'm picturing this in my head. The Venn diagram is probably circles that are filled with something, some pattern, and then they intersect.
Letters.
And you
Yeah,
look
it's
at the
letters.
intersections to decide whether you cut or not.
Yeah, that's what I was...
Okay, so all you need to do is figure out which thing is included and which isn't, and on the basis of that figure out where you are and whether to cut or not. Just ask questions and then go from circle to circle and figure out, is this it or is this not it? And then, it's not that many bits of information. It's whether there's a star, whether there's a light, and what the color is, basically, with possibility of there being multiple colors. Not that much stuff.
It isn't until you read it off to me, and then it's a half page of stuff.
I mean, I read the entire thing to you at the very
I know.
start. So,
Yeah, I know. And I wrote it down.
and you wrote it down, so all you have to do is look at the information and match it to the manual.
Yeah.
Okay, can you actually decode it now, when you have all the time in the world? A red, blue, with lights and a star.
Yeah, I think if that was the case, we would have cut the wire if the bomb has a parallel port.
Okay. By the way, check what I believe is the very end of the manual and check which port is the parallel one. Actually, hold on, I know which port is the parallel port, but just, for your edification, acquaint yourself with all the ports at the very end, I believe. And we presumably will go through the process of explaining what all of these look like, so I can check. All right, are you ready to try?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, retrying.
Okay.
All right, picking up the bomb. Wires are gonna be... What sort of wires? Okay, panels. Wires with panels.
Wires with panels.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a blue one, 1 to B, and there's a black one, 3 to A. I don't know if it matters whether they're connected this way or that way.
Okay, so blue wire.
Yes.
First occurrence, is it connected to a B?
Yes.
Okay, so cut the blue wire.
Okay, what about the black one, 3A?
Okay. 3A. Okay, so if it is connected to an A, cut the wire.
Cut. Next panel. There's a red one to A, red 4A, black 5A.
Okay, so this is first occurrence for red. So leave that one alone. So you said blue, correct?
Black.
Black. Okay, second occurrence. Cut black wire.
Done. Third panel. Red 7C, blue 8B, and red 9C.
So for red, this is our second occurrence. Leave red alone. Cut blue.
No, wrong.
No. Okay. So it's connected to B, correct?
Yes, 8B.
No, it said cut if it was connected to blue. Because that was our third occurrence of blue.
Was it?
Yeah, we had blue and...
No, it was the second occurrence of blue.
Oh, we had black in the second one.
Correct.
Okay. So second occurrence of blue. Okay, leave blue alone.
Too late, I've already cut it. What about 9C? The red one.
The red one. This is the second. Leave it alone.
Okay, moving to the final panel. Red 10B, black 11B.
So red is third. Okay, cut red.
Wrong.
God damn it.
What about the black one?
Let's see. Black. This should be the third occurrence. Correct. Cut black.
Okay, moving. Done. We're done with this panel. Okay, regular wires. 1, 2, 5 of them.
5 regular wires. Jesus Lord. Okay. Is the last wire black?
No.
Okay. How many red wires are there?
0.
Okay. Are there any black wires?
1.
Cut the first wire.
Done. Monitor. 1.
Second position.
2. Monitor says 2.
So second button.
4. Monitor says 2.
You said 2.
Yes.
2.
First position. Monitor says 4.
Second.
1. Monitor says
Yes.
1. Fuck! Was the final thing I needed. We're almost done.
So close. I don't know why I'm losing my voice.
Yeah. I presume you messed up as far as notation is concerned. Don't confuse black and blue. You can't just use B to designate
Yeah.
both of them.
Well, reason.
I can't hear you properly.
I said, I know I put down the wrong number, or I mean the wrong, I wrote BL and B for 1 without realizing that I needed to remember which one was which, because it was
Yeah.
a labeling issue. It was a labeling issue.
You could just use K to denote black. That's the usual trick.
Okay.
You can use anything to denote anything you want as long as you know what the symbols mean.
This is very true. Okay. Yeah, that was basically what went wrong there. I just, wire coloring and my
Yeah.
own labeling.
Yeah, and then it ultimately was a problem the entire way through the modules. But we almost got it. Okay, are you ready to redo this?
Yeah.
Okay, we can get either the Venn diagram ones or we can get the panel ones. Are you prepared for either of them?
Certainly not the Venn diagram, but let's go.
Okay. Clicking on retry. Screen is for my eyes only. I'm checking which wires we're getting. I think it's the panel ones. Blue 1C, black 2C, blue 3C. That's blue 1C, black 2C, blue 3C.
Okay. Well, let's see. Blue. Okay, so leave blue alone.
Mm-hmm.
And cut the black.
Cut. What about 3C?
What color is 3C?
Blue.
It,
Told you.
blue. Just leave it alone.
Next panel.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
It doesn't tell me any differently.
What, the second occurrence of blue doesn't have anything different?
Yeah. Cut it.
Okay, moving to the next panel. Okay, blue 4A, blue 5A, blue 6B.
Sorry, tell me again.
Blue 4A, blue 5A, blue 6B.
Okay. 3, so third occurrence. Alright, so leave the first blue alone.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the second blue.
Cut.
And cut the blue B. Cut the last one.
Okay, next panel. Black 8C.
Alright, so cut black.
Done. Next panel. Red 11A, black 12C.
So leave the red alone. Leave the black alone.
Next. Done. Monitor says 2.
Second position.
2. Monitor says 2.
So second.
4. Monitor says 3.
Okay, so third position.
3. Monitor says 4.
So second.
3. Monitor says 1.
2.
Done. Wires. 5 of them.
Is the last wire black?
No.
Okay. How many red wires are there?
1.
And how many yellow?
2.
Cut the second wire. Or first wire. Cut the first wire.
Okay, I cut the second and then the first wire. We got a second strike, but we've managed to beat the bomb.
Okay. Sorry. I read that one incorrectly.
Okay, and we beat Alice and Pavel. Do you want to redo this one, or do you want to move on?
I think I want to move on for today.
Okay, fair enough.
That was Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
It sure was, Stephanie. That was an episode of a playthrough if I've ever seen one.
Either way, thank you all oh so much for watching so far.
And you will see us...
Else when...
That's good, that's really good. That's amazing. Oh my god, that was brilliant.